Sugan should do the Pledge of Allegiance tonight in honor of him getting his chairs.
I think he should. Otherwise, we're not getting chairs, Frank.
I'm good with that.
We are live streaming and recording.
Hello, everybody. Today is February 28th. It is 7:30 p.m. and this is a regular meeting of the Chagrin Falls Village Council. And leading us tonight in the Pledge of Allegiance is the very, very happy Fire Chief Zugan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, very happy Fire Chief Zugan.
You're welcome.
Okay, roll call, please.
Corcoran?
You're muted, Mike.
Oh, you're muted.
He's here, but he's muted. He's
Okay.
trying.
She's trying to find it.
There we go.
Here.
DiBernardo?
Here.
Drum?
Here.
Grube?
Here.
Rocky?
Here.
Rogoff?
Here.
Subel?
Motion to excuse Mr. Subel. He thought that he could get on an airplane and return back to the great state of Ohio, but the airport had other plans and he has been swallowed up at the Denver airport. So I'd like to excuse his absence. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Group, second by Rogoff. Roll call, please.
Corcoran?
Aye.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Drum?
Aye.
Grube? Grube?
Aye.
Rocky?
Aye.
Rogoff?
Aye.
Okay, did everyone receive a copy of the minutes from our Valentine's Day meeting? Any adjustments, changes? Seeing no one shouting at me, I would motion to approve the minutes from February 14th.
Second.
Motion by Group, second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Drum?
Aye.
Grube?
Aye.
Rocky?
Aye.
Rogoff?
Aye.
Corcoran?
Aye.
Okay, report of the mayor.
Thank you. I have two things to report. First of all, I'd like to announce to everyone that the annual report for the year 2021 is now posted to the village website and gives a very comprehensive overview of the things we did last year, how we spent your tax money, our accomplishments, that some of the challenges that we faced, and some of the things that we're thinking about for the upcoming year 2022. I'd like to call your attention, all of your attentions, particularly to the building department section and the extraordinary load that's being placed on the building department and the various committees, ARB and BZA particularly. The workload has increased 300% since 2019, and it's just an incredible amount of work that they got done, which leads me to the second thing, which is I wanted to take a minute and thank all the various committees of the council, particularly BZA and ARB, but all the councils, P&Z, Parks, Safety, Streets, for their contribution and the volunteers that serve on those committees. You're really what makes Chagrin work and makes Chagrin what it is. So with that, I have nothing else to report.
You said you had two things.
I'm sorry.
You said you had two things.
That was the second thing, to thank everybody and
Okay,
and to note the annual report was now posted.
okay. Report of the finance director.
I have no report tonight, Madam President.
Okay. Report of the law director.
Thank you. I was trying to say to you after we did the pledge, we should have had a moment for Ukraine, but I was on mute.
Oh,
And I didn't
which-
realize it.
I'm sorry, I did not do that intentionally.
Yeah. So if you want to take that moment now, we could, and I think Frank might know the national anthem for Ukraine. I
think
listened
in
to it
honor of
today.
this trauma that the Ukrainian people are facing, we will not force them to listen to Frank singing their national anthem. See what I did there? I helped you. Okay, so we will ask for a moment of silence. Well, go ahead, Dale. Okay, we'll ask for a moment of silence for the folks in Ukraine who are dealing with the invasion right now. Okay, Dale, on to you.
Thank you. Okay. Tonight we have a couple items on the legislative agenda. The first is ordinance number 2022-05, an ordinance amending codified ordinance section 1519.04 to prohibit the discharge, ignition, or explosion of fireworks on certain days each year. It's now on second read.
Okay, Mr. Rocky, you want to give a little?
So this is mine. This is our second reading. We're leaving out on readings until the next meeting. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about this at the moment that they'd like to address?
No. Okay. I mean, just for clarity's sake, we have always sort of had this ban of fireworks. And when the state legislature decided to choose major drinking holidays to legalize fireworks statewide, we thought maybe that we should just tidy up our ordinances. They hadn't been touched in a long time. So we just clarified our language, this is not actually changing anything. It's just clarifying that really, no, you can't shoot fireworks off in the village.
I do have a quick question. What certain days are we talking about?
Yeah.
That phrase
Oh,
there. I'm curious what it means.
Frank, do you want to list?
There's a list. Yeah.
There's a list. It includes the
Oh,
4th
there
of
is.
July,
Okay.
Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Yeah.
All right.
Holidays.
Every single holiday you
Mayo.
can think of, Mike. Any holiday you can think of, from January 1st to December 31st and in between.
All right.
They
Cinco
also-
de Mayo. I mean,
They
all
added
our major
Juneteenth.
holidays, President's
Chinese
Day,
New Year. Yeah, exactly. Right.
everything.
I mean, where is it? The letter, am I missing it? It's not in the ordinance itself, is it?
No.
Oh,
It's in the
Is it on
state
the
ordinance.
level?
it's state legislation that we were responding to.
Got it.
They passed legislation in the state house that said anyone can shoot off fireworks on these days. Like, just you can do it on these days, and they're days, like Frank said, are mostly drinking holidays, but also celebratory things like Memorial Day and 4th of July.
So we just aligned to whatever date the state legislature has put on their
We
list.
already had a prohibition of fireworks in the community, and that's based on some things that happened in the past and the fact that our houses are so close together. And this just updates and clarifies language.
The other thing we did is we added 1.4G fireworks to our prohibition. Frank asked us to include that because the new legislation refers to it.
It was a type of firework.
Right.
It's a classification of a type of firework that we added.
Yes.
You
Just
guys
to be
don't
safe.
need me. You got it all down pat.
Okay, any other questions about fireworks? Okay, let's go on. We're gonna leave this on meetings.
Okay, second item is ordinance number 2022-07, an ordinance making appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Chagrin Falls for the year ending December 31, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
This, my friends, is the village budget. So I will send out an email, or Christy will tomorrow. I'm sorry, I do have English in my vocabulary. We will meet as a committee of the whole to go through this in detail. We will invite each of the department heads to that meeting. Traditionally, we've gone through it in heavy detail. What we're going to do this year is I want council to make sure you review it very heavily before that event or before that meeting. We are going to have our department heads sort of walk us through their major goals, their major initiatives that they're approaching the year with. If we have questions on a line item basis, please feel free to bring those. I want to talk through those at that meeting too. But I also sort of want to make sure we're connecting the dots, especially in some departments where they have multiple accounts. So it ends up getting a little broken up, and sometimes we can miss some of those threads of projects and how they sort of all interact to sort of tell the story of what's happening in the village. So we're asking them just to sort of look at a more holistic sort of goal project-based conversation, and then we can dive in with those detailed questions. But I think we can all read an overtime line and a hospitalization line and a pension line in the comfort of our own homes rather than here. So if you have questions, reach out to me. But that's kind of the plan. So I'll send out an email tomorrow trying to schedule that. Any questions right now about the budget? I will say everyone can note that in 3 years, our chairs would have been eligible for Social Security, but they will retire early because we have chairs in the budget. Because yes, our chairs are 62 years old.
Since
Got
we're
the
not
chair.
voting on this- Since we're not voting on this tonight.
Yeah, it's on
what's the
readings.
rationale for making it an emergency?
Because when we pass legislation as an emergency, it can take effect immediately. So we will hear this 3 times and we'll pass it on the 3rd reading, but it means the village can start working with the budget the day after.
Got it.
Did I explain that correctly, Mr. Markowitz?
Yep.
Technically, you could work on it the day it's signed.
Good. Okay.
Yes, except that we'll pass it at night, so it won't be business hours.
Okay.
And so
Christie will
Christie-
order the chairs though.
Thank you for the
Exactly.
education.
Christy will order the chairs that night.
Going to be in the
Okay.
cart.
If you have questions, obviously feel free to reach out to the administration prior to that, and they're always happy to walk you through and work through any questions. So yes. Anything else, Mr. Markowitz?
That's it.
Okay, my favorite part. Council committee reports. Admin and comp, there's no report because Jack's not here. Arts Commission.
Arts Commission is meeting on March 8th at 6:30 p.m. We have actually a number of things before us this time. We've got both 2 public art projects that are being presented for the month of April and May, and also the high school, middle school art show is returning. So we will be once again offering a prize and we'll be judging that. So we've got a lot going on for our March meeting, and we meet bi-monthly. So March, and then we'll have that winner for the month for this 2 months after. So that's arts.
Board of Zoning Appeals.
Yes, so due to the volume of work that the mayor mentioned, the BZA will be having a special meeting tomorrow night. Actually, 2, there's a continuation of a hearing starting at 6:30 on March 1st, and then a special meeting for some overflow appeals at 7:30.
Wow.
Double the fun. Cemetery Commission will meet on Wednesday, March 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Facilities and Services.
Facilities and Services is going to meet also on March 8th, Tuesday night, directly after Arts Commission at 8 p.m. We will be discussing the temporary displays legislation, which we basically kind of put to the side back in November in anticipation of waiting to see what was going to happen with the elections. So tune in for that. Very exciting stuff. Actually, it won't be on Zoom. We'll be in person, right? All March
Yes.
meetings are in person.
Yeah.
So we have that. We'll also be discussing the village website and playground facilities.
You have so much on your plate.
I know we have a lot going on with facilities and services. So
Finance Committee is me. We just have the budget, no big deal. Merchant Committee.
2 quick merchant updates. One, just if you weren't in the Streets and Sidewalks meeting previously, just an update to the merchants are in fact pursuing some type of collective snow sidewalk clearing for the downtown area. So we'll keep everybody up to date with that, but we're hoping that by next season, we should have something in place so the Merchants Association can clear the sidewalks in the downtown area with one service. And the second thing is the merchants will be in collaboration with one of the public arts events that's going on in the spring, be hosting a merchant event called a floral walk, where basically each of the different stores will have a different brand of flower. And when you visit that store, you'll be able to build your own bouquet at the end of April. So look for that in advertising and come out and start supporting your local merchants.
Cool. Parks Commission. Sorry, I can read.
Yeah, Parks will be meeting for the first time this year, March 2nd at 8:30 a.m.
Awesome. Planning and Zoning.
Planning and Zoning meets March 21st at 7 o'clock, and that's an in-person meeting. And we will have the committee passed an amendment to 1111 that we will have, Dale will have that presented in ordinance form for us to look at and schedule a public hearing.
Okay, so because we have new council members and because I get to just yammer on, when we have zoning legislation, we have to give it 3 readings, and we also have to give it a public hearing. So we'll see it at the next meeting, and we'll set a public hearing date at that time. And then people can come and give all their opinions on it. And it's just part of the formal process of when we pass our zoning code. So, or make changes to the zoning code. Safety Committee.
No report.
Shade Tree Commission.
No report at this time.
Andrew, you're so chatty.
Sorry.
Streets and Sidewalks, just tonight's snow shoveling conversation. And I felt like we had a really positive conversation. We heard a lot of, I think, good points of view from residents about what they see and how they're experiencing the snow shoveling challenges. And I think that we'll be able to start hacking away at this and get it updated, because it's clearly not a misdemeanor in the 1st degree. Because time for updates. Okay. Any questions on that? No. Okay. Utilities.
No report.
Report of the Chief Administrative Officer.
Thank you, Madam President. Just one item. I want to let everyone know about the special waste collection event that we have twice a year. We have one upcoming on Saturday, March 12th, 2022 from 8 a.m. till noon at the Chagrin Falls Street Department Garage located at 240 Solon Road. At the event, we'll be accepting household hazardous waste or used computers, tires, rechargeable batteries, and also we'll have our paper shredding truck. Contractor will be there for any paper shredding you need. This event is for Chagrin Falls Village residents only, and further information is available on the village website.
Awesome. Go ahead, Angie.
So Rob, can you, what happened? Do you know what happens to the computers that are, what do they do with the computers that are collected?
I know they are recycled by the vendor that the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste District hires to do that. Some of them that can't be reused or regenerated in parts are recycled into the various scrap components.
Okay.
I could get further information on that and send it out.
Okay, thank you very much.
For the detail. That's my report, Madam President.
Okay. Report of the engineer.
No report, Madam President, but Dobry Dane to everybody. That's almost the extent of my Ukrainian vocabulary. I did a project in 2010. It was canceled, I think, the last time Russia invaded the Ukraine. So my vocabulary ended after I learned about 8 words. So, Dobry Dane, good day.
Aren't you tearing up Water Street this week?
But today.
Let's maybe talk. Want to give us a walkthrough about what we're going to do over on Water Street? Hey, Nancy, I think we're tearing up your street.
I noticed.
Did you?
Yes. Big piles of sand. It's lovely. Very noisy also.
She's trying to take mine for 3 lanes on Bell Street.
Usually a start date means you have a couple weeks before there's any actual saw cutting and excavation. So it's like a slow start and everybody has a warning. SET does work fast. So they're very efficient. So it sounds like they're moving in materials. So luckily not a huge impact on traffic because it's not a high traffic street. But the scope of work is very similar to East Washington Street, just on a much obviously smaller scale. So it's the same exact team that built Water Street, except for maybe the paving, but the excavation crew and the sewer televising and lining crew, exact same companies. So however that worked out, you can't control that, but you can steer it that way. And we're very lucky to have that group back. So that's SET, the general contractor, and United Survey Inc., USI is the sewer lining crew.
Awesome. They did a great job on East Washington.
It worked out excellent. A very strange job, and we didn't know what we'd get for a contractor. It was very spotty excavation work and repair, but extensive lining work. And the lining contractor ended up being the subcontractor, same exact situation we have on Water Street.
And this was a contract.
They did move in quickly today. It's about down to like 1.5 lanes for about 2 houses.
Yeah. So just as a reminder, we did accept this bid back in the fall, and then with start dates and construction delays and some other delays, we were just able to get shovels in the ground now. So, okay, thank you. Report of the police chief.
Just real quick, our written test closed today at 6 o'clock. So we're going to start moving into the next phase of our hiring process. And hopefully we'll start doing some interviews next week. So unfortunately, it's a slow going process, but we're getting closer to finding somebody to hire. So.
Okay.
And you were happy with the new search method that we did?
Yeah, the last time we checked, we had 32 persons that had passed the test, which is about times as many applicants as I had last time. So
awesome.
Wow, that's good.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Report of the fire chief.
Yeah, unless anybody has any questions for me, I do not have a report tonight.
Anyone? Okay. Do we have any members of the public who would like to address council? You can use the raise your hand function and we can move you over, and you're welcome to talk to us about any matter your heart desires. I'm not seeing anybody raise their hand. So the only other thing I'd say under miscellaneous is that I did have an opportunity to ride in one of the village snowplows the other day. And it was a really interesting experience. I definitely have thought, like, they're driving really fast down my street before. And it was interesting being in that vehicle and how, like, it was really loud because the windows were also open, because apparently when you snowplow, you also snowplow with windows open. I've talked to multiple people who snowplow, and this is a thing. But just the way the snow sort of will come up if you're going too fast and hit you in the windshield, but also it's a big vehicle and it's really heavy. And even getting up Grove Hill, like I posted a video and you can sort of like feel the truck like start to slow down with the weight of everything and the steep incline of the hill. Rob's giving me silly faces over there. Okay, I was like, it really did slow down. And you know, we went up Washington, we did Senlac, and when we came out, like it had started snowing really fast while we were in Senlac, and you could almost like not tell that we had done Washington. So I've always like, you know, I've always shared that it can depend on when the plow goes through, but it was interesting to really see it firsthand. And also just thinking of that 11-foot plow blade, and 11 feet of snow is what's shooting out the side of it. So, you know, I understand people's frustrations when their mailboxes have a negative encounter with the plow blades, but or the snow coming off the plow blades, but it really is a significant amount of snow when you think of it as an 11-foot wall that has to get moved. But we have really nice equipment in the terms of like, it's got a special cutout on the edge for, it's called a mailbox edge, so that it's like designed so when you turn, you don't take out everyone's mailbox or their garbage can, because it was a Friday morning, so there's a lot of garbage cans when we were out. So it was a really interesting process, and I was grateful to the administration for letting me do that.
And I think the street department's done an exemplary job this winter of keeping the roads open. They're usually down to bare pavement within an hour or so of the snow stopping. So, I mean, that's really a good job. When you look at the city of Cleveland is struggling to make side streets even plowed for the first time within 72 hours. And ours are, you know, down to bare pavement within an hour. I think the street department's done a really good job.
Agree. Does anyone have any other items for miscellaneous? Okay, seeing none, I am going to make a motion to adjourn with council, the CAO and the law director to executive session for legal advice with the law director. Dale, did I say that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Grube, second by Rogoff. Roll call, please. You broke up. Did you say me?
We can't hear you, Dave. We'll just all say aye.
Uh-oh, Dave's microphone is not working.
Let's go with Aaron's everybody
I'm
voice.
gonna say
vote
aye.
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 Nancy,
Aye.
can you say aye?
Aye.
Okay. So that motion passes. We will not be taking any action following this executive session. We'll reconvene and only adjourn. So everyone else, thank you so much. It's been lovely to see you. I look forward to seeing everybody else in person in March. Dale's going to say something in just a second. This was our last virtual meeting. We moved to in-person meetings beginning March 1, which is tomorrow. And we kick that off first thing on March 1 with ABR.
No, BZA.
No, BZA. Shoot, I knew someone was meeting tomorrow. Sorry.
Well, the ABR is too in the morning.
No. Oh, they are actually, yeah.
Tuesday.
Oh, so I was right,
Yeah.
Dale. Darn you.
Yes, you were.
Okay, we're starting it right tomorrow with
Okay.
ABR.
What I was gonna say, just give me a minute to get the other
Sure.
Zoom meeting set up.
Okay.
Well, I don't have what the meeting information is.
It's in an email from Dale that says executive session as the subject line. So if you search for
Yeah,
that,
but I didn't see
I can forward it to you, Mike.
would you please?
Do
Yes.
you want the invite or do you want the documents I sent?
I've got the documents, but it doesn't have that one doesn't have the contact information, the meeting contact.
Yeah.
Here, I'm sending it to you right now. So,
All right.
okay. So, okay, I'm going to log out. I will see you guys at the other meeting.
We're coming back.
Hey, Christy, are you here?
I'll shoot her a text.
Do you mind? Thank you.
I am
Okay,
here. I was
motion.
waiting for noise.
Okay, motion to adjourn the executive session.
Second.
Motion by Group, second by Rocky. Roll call, please.
Who's the second on that?
Rocky.
Rocky. Okay. Corcoran,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Drum,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff.
She's not back yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There she
Oh,
is.
wait, we'll wait so she can vote
Yes.
because she would like that, I'm sure.
Nancy, you're muted.
I just did. Yep, I got it now.
There's a motion pending to adjourn the executive session.
Would you like to
Your
vote?
Your vote is up.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Okay, and with that, we are adjourned from the executive session. As promised, no decisions will be made, no conversation. And we are adjourned at 8:39. Thank you so much. And I
Thank
will see
you.
everybody in council chambers in March.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys.
Thank you.